I was on the bus minding my merry jolly business, right? And as I'm getting off the bus, this lady this lady basically, like, shouts at me. She's basically trying to get my attention. And I turn around and I go, to look to see what she's talking about. And she's handing me a flyer. So I'm like, okay, I go get the flyer. And then I'm looking at it. I'm, flipping it. At first I saw some, in the front of the page, it was like, some hell looking stuff. It's like, the theme of hell, whatever perspective, that they would associate hell with. That was on the front. And it was a question at the top. I forgot what the question was, but I'm assuming it was basically, trying to convert me to, go to church, because on the back, I saw where it said Baptist Church. And I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, hold up. She didn't get nobody else. She didn't try to get nobody else's attention on this bus but mine. And mind you, now I'm sitting in the front, like I'm sitting on the side, but like in front of her. I was the only person sitting in the front, and she's like on this side, basically looking up because that's the front of the bus, right? I hope y'all kind of get that. But anyways, it's to the point where she could have, like, if she wanted to, she could have stared at me the whole ride if she wanted to, just like observing me, right? And I'm wearing what I'm wearing. This is the same day. This is all the stuff that I have on. I wear this almost every day. This is what I do. I got my crystals on, my unk earrings, you know, my crystal pendants and stuff like that. And I, I felt I felt some type of way. Not like, not like, oh my gosh, she's trying to take me to go to church. I just felt, I was like, yo, that's not, I'm just like, and that's the thing with certain people out in this world, right? Some people believe that whatever they believe, that's the end all be all. And it's not. Just like how I gave the analogy with the trails. We are all on our different journey to get to the top of the mountain, to become the person who our creator, God, created us to be. And it's very disservicing to go to someone and say, hey, you doing this wrong. It look like you need Jesus in your life. It look like you need this in your life. It look like you need that in your life. First of all, first of all, don't nobody know what somebody else need in their life unless you actually have a conversation. But to make an assumption based on my appearance and based on what I choose to wear is judgmental. It's very judgmental, and it gives nobody the right. So it's gonna be a lot of people out there that try to look at you and say, oh my gosh, I heard this term before, that new age jewelry, you wearing that new age jewelry. First of all, crystals come from the earth. What are you talking about? So one, that's natural. And it's gonna be so many other things that people try to say is wrong just because they don't subscribe to it. But again, to me, in my perspective, that's not of the creator. To me, that is not of the creator. And his song. And I say that because God is the one who created us. Anything in our hearts, or I ain't even gonna go down into that rabbit hole because I'm still figuring it out. But I feel like I'm on this journey for a reason, and I'm not necessarily explaining my purpose for, wearing these crystals or whatever, because one is nobody else's business. You feel me? I'm not asking somebody else, why you doing this, why you go to church, why you do that. No, because one, it's nobody else's business. And if it works for you, if you have good intentions and you are communicating with who created you, then that's what matters. So many people gonna try to say that you doing this wrong, you doing that wrong, because it don't look like how they think it's supposed to look. But it's not about them. It's not about what they think is right. And that's the problem. Because so many times we go into this world thinking that people gotta show up like this or show up like that in order for us to accept them as a person. And I'm just like, what? That's not cool. I've been friends with so many people of different races, sexualities, beliefs. And it's like, that's not gonna stop me from having a conversation with this person and actually getting to know this person as an individual. I'm not gonna do that. Why would I judge you? What works for you, and what works for them works for them. Now it's nobody else's place to try to judge you or make it seem as if it is wrong. Because if that was the case, God would show you that. God would guide you away from that. And I believe that it was placed in my path for me to go down this journey. And it's nobody else's word or right that could deter me from what was put in my heart and what it is that I do and what it is that and the thing that I know, that's within me. Sometimes we just have that knowing, and we need to listen to that knowing. And if we read in something or we in a certain space and it's just not clicking, and we asking all these questions and we not really getting the answers that we seek. Maybe that's not for us. And maybe that voice inside of us, that knowing inside of us, is what's true. And if that's what's true within us, what makes that wrong? Nothing. The only thing that makes that wrong is the people that's out here that try to make it seem like you doing something wrong with your life, that you need to do better with something else. That's not the case at all. It's not the case at all. So many people gonna try to do that. Don't listen. Tune them out. Tune them out. And I'm speaking to myself as well because I'm recording this video, and obviously I've been talking to myself, of course, until I get ready to upload this video. Then I'll be talking to y'all. But right now, in this moment, I'm talking to myself. And future tense, or rather past tense, future tense, speaking to y'all. Yeah. So yeah, that's basically what I wanted to say. That's it. That's all. All right. Peace. I ain't want to make this too long. Enjoy your beautiful Saturday.